Morning, everyone.
Hi, Sarah.
Really good night last night. Matt was on a roll after a couple of beers. You know what that lot are like when they get going. Had some great ideas about where to use that big new poster.
What? This new poster that's just arrived?
Oh, good, we've been expecting that.
It's the first I've heard of it.
You were around when we discussed it, weren't you?
No.
No, it was in the pub last week. Me, you, Matt and the others, remember?
Hi, guys.
Hi. Sorry, Amir. We should have kept you up to speed. You know the urban landscape images the photographer shot? Well, Matt wanted to use them poster-sized to advertise the public meeting.
As you can see, the highly productive blue sky session in the Rose and Crown. We had a vote to see which would be the best picture. So, how about that for street cred, Sarah? Striking or what?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Right, this is a sample, right? I mean, you haven't had it printed yet.
What? Don't you like it?
Let me show Nita.
Sure.
इन्ना की क्या पता कंधे पर क्या लिखे है पर अद्धे बंदे जिरे ठहरने उन्ना की पता लग सी
ये चंगा नहीं है ये सिर्फ बुरा है ये बहुत बुरा है
Well, what do you think?
हम ये बताया Well, it's certainly striking.
Well, if you don't like it, just say.
Well, it's just that...
Is there a problem?
Well, we're all supposed to work as a team, to like contribute ideas and help each other out. But loads of work stuff gets talked about after work, over a drink. And I was brought up not to drink, so I don't go to pubs, and nor does Nita. But I've got nothing against them going for a drink, but it's all like out of sight, out of mind, I mean, they forget to tell us things, and they make decisions, without involving us.
I don't really socialise with the others because they like to go to the pub. We did go to the coffee bar down the road a couple of times, which was great, as a team and for myself and Amir. But you could tell everyone was getting bored and they'd rather be in the pub, and so that stopped, and now they just socialise in the pub.
What's the use in giving your point of view when everything's already been decided? So I just, me and Nita just keep our heads down and just, stick to getting things done.
Nita and Amir are valued members of the team. I mean, we couldn't manage without them. But they don't always join in. Cultural differences, I suppose. And I know it takes all types. But we usually go for a drink after work on a Wednesday, just to socialise. And yes, ideas do start bouncing around. The keen ones always come along. I think it's good for team bonding.
I just feel a bit like I'm being sidelined, just like, and it affects my career prospects as well, I mean, I miss out on what's going on, and who's doing what, and what opportunities are coming up. They don't, deliberately go out of the way to exclude me and Nita, but that's what happens.
Well, I know that Nita and Amir feel that sometimes they get ignored, but I feel that it's up to them to get involved, to push themselves forward. Another thing is that when it suits them, they're happy to form a little clique. They'll speak in their own language, just to shut us out. It's just common courtesy to speak in English. I mean, we wouldn't shut them out. If all the rest of us spoke French and they didn't, we wouldn't jabber on in French all day.
Both Amir and Nita might be able to claim direct discrimination. The reason being, they're being excluded from major decisions that they should be included in, and they could consider that harassing behaviour from their manager.
At an organisational level, what's happening is that the full potential of this team is not being utilised. The manager states very clearly that both Nita and Amir are valued members of the team, and yet their full contribution is being excluded as a result of the informal working practices of going to the pub.
The situation can only be overcome by ensuring that there are ground rules with regard to where work can be conducted, taking on board every individual in the team, their cultural circumstances or their cultural beliefs and values, and also in terms of communication. What is the standard form of communication so the team itself would feel inclusive and engaged?
Morning.
Morning. Listen, I'd like you to arrange a meeting with the rest of the team so we can talk about the ideas we went through last night.
Oh, do you really think that's necessary? I thought we'd agreed all that.
Well, we threw some ideas around, good ideas at that, and we need to share them with the people that weren't there.
Well, most of us were there. Do you really think we have to go through all that again?
Definitely. We need to get everyone's buy-in. We might even get some good ideas thrown in too.
Well, if you really think it's necessary, we'll get everyone together.
Good. Thanks, Matt.